Influencers have convinced us to buy some wacky products. Stanley Cup accessories, probiotic lollipops, green juice. But potentially the craziest one yet, taping our mouth shut. And not because we're just annoyed with our own constant yapping. They're claiming it improves your immune system, more energy, better sleep, and a snatched jaw. But I'm thinking, how do you not die? You need to breathe, your mouth shut. Wait, what? First, I'm scared for our own safety. Second, does it actually do any of these promised things? This week, I'm gonna find out. Here's for day number 1 of the mouth tape. And I won't lie, I'm frightened. I'm a sniffly gal. What happened if this tape is on and my nose gets full of snot? Am I gonna die? So first, unboxing. I got it from the Skinny Confidential because Lauren Bostic, I sometimes listen to her podcast, and she's for the first person I ever heard talk about it. And honestly, how cute are these? Ooh. This has to be the cutest because if I'm gonna use it, I don't want ugly mouth tape. I want pretty mouth tape. Ah. Okay, I'm now realizing there is a little slit in these, so I won't die. Hopefully. Ends video. That's morbid, I'm sorry. So here's the before shot of my jaw. And my hopes in this is either to find out if this is the best product ever and we all need to be taping our mouth, or just convince you to underconsume and not buy another wellness product. Because we're all constantly being shilled products. I'm shilling your products, other people are shilling your products. I feel it's overwhelming. Okay, we're gonna put these on and go to bed. I think I'm the best candidate to test this for people because 1, I have super sensitive skin. I get red so easily. And 2nd, I have a latex allergy. So if anyone has a negative reaction to things like this, it's me. I'm pretty convinced, unless it's like some really weird material I'm ironically not allergic to, if my skin type can handle it, anyone's can. Yeah, I know. Make the jokes about me having a latex allergy. Oh, have you ever had Knies tape? It feels like Knies tape. It's very stretchy. Okay, you can breathe. You can breathe. Here, I can even talk. Kind of cute. This kind of could be a vibe. Or American Psycho.
I simply am not there.
There's a spectrum of self-care. There's love yourself, peace, and serenity, and then there's American Psycho, and it's just teetering. Good night.
I feel it's coming off because I wear a lot of oils, and I really don't like this. I feel a rash coming. Ugh.
So day 2, I got a lovely rash.
Oh, my lips are all sticky and dry.
For context, I do have a latex allergy, so I find sticky things, Band-Aids and all that, it's like hit or miss.
I don't like it for my skin. There's a stickiness.
This doesn't appear to have any latex, but also I just have really dry, sensitive skin. So I will premise this during this review. This is a lot of biases. I'll try and figure out if I think it's worth it for you and my own complaints or benefits in it.
Unexpected, it got like really gross. Like I sleep on my side, and at one point it was like really drooly. Ew.
Okay, let's see how my sleep stats were the first night. I'm really interested to see if this changes my HRV and like sleep quality at all. And specifically, I can monitor my respiratory rate on my Oura Ring. So I've been waiting. Let's see. Your overall readiness is good, but you could benefit from some more sleep. I know. Okay, readiness. HRV balance, down a little. Okay. Respiratory rate, 13.9. which I've gotten before without the mouth tape. Last few days were in the low 13s. I've gotten 14.1. I've gotten 15. So as of right now, it has not affected my breathing rate in any way. What about 8 sleep? I double checked on 8 sleep, which also tracks it, and it's in my middle of my range. I get 10 to 14, and it's 12. Anticlimactic.
You can tell, but it's really red.
Okay, I've got this like weird patchiness on my nose. I don't know if it's a dry skin or my makeup not sitting right, but I've never had this. And this is the same week I'm starting mouth tape. So putting 2 and 2 together, it's the only thing that's changed. I don't like this. Now, like specifically, why are people taping their mouth shut? Like it doesn't make any sense probably, but let me explain some details. First, it apparently improves your sleep quality. So improved sleep quality equals more energy. Also, which just makes a lot of sense, if you wake up with a dry mouth or really bad breath, apparently it can help as well because if your mouth is shut, you're breathing out of your nose, aka less dry mouth. Next, snoring. One reason some people snore is they're a mouth breather. Second, improved immune system. This one seems bogus at first, but it's one of those ones you're like, I see why. One of the best things about being a nose breather is your nose just naturally filters out a lot more pollen and like allergens. Quoted from the BBC Science Focus. First, air passes the nasal hairs in your nostrils, which captures pollen and other allergens. A study in 2011 showed that hay fever sufferers with a greater density of nasal hairs were less likely to develop asthma. The air then passes into the nasal cavity, which is lined with mucus and hair-like filters called cilia. These collect dust, soot, debris, and even bacteria. The nose is our first line of defense, including against virus and bacteria. Pretty much, it's filtering things out, and you blow your nose, feel that doesn't happen when you breathe in through your mouth. That mouth tape literally sucked all the dry out of my lips. I just put on like a lip peptide like 20 minutes ago, and normally that would last me all day. Like I just apply it once, I'm good. My lips are already dry again. So, new thing incorporated into my night routine. I'm actually trying to simplify my night routine so I just get bored at night and want to go to bed, but I have my nice little treat, a little snack, watch some Netflix. I'm watching Selling Sunset right now because it is the TV that just makes my brain rot in the best way possible.
This ping pong table, you guys play table tennis?
And then skincare and mouth tape. The one issue I'm definitely having with this is like, I feel like the mouth tape is ripping off some of my skincare, which is a bummer, but moral of the story, nice relaxing night. And I've kind of just gotten used to this funny little pink thing. I'm really glad I'm doing this while my boyfriend is not sleeping over.
I hate this. I hate this. It's peeling out. It's not sticking on. And it might be placebo, but I feel a rash coming. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know those days you wake up and you're just out of it? That's today. Like I'm dropping things. I feel exceptionally tired. Could be ironic, but whew. I feel like my skin's just been so red from this. You can't hear me. I'll talk to you after. I look evil when I laugh. Oh my god. It's given Joker. Oh no.
Over in a week to using mouth tape.
Oh no. I put the shoulder on.
And my biggest thing would see if this is any difference is just improved sleep quality, specifically my respiratory rate and just seeing if my REM and deep sleep are any better. And how I track my sleep is my 8 Sleep Pod 4 Ultra. And so far, several days in, and I've noticed no changes. My sleep quality is great, but there's no drastic improvement. One thing though that drastically improved my REM and deep sleep, and not just quantity of sleep, it did by placebo effect, but my quality of sleep is my 8 Sleep Pod 4 Ultra. Placebo wise, because I just hate sleeping. I really have to really make sleeping craveable. Otherwise I won't do it. I don't enjoy sleeping. Like if I could not sleep, I wouldn't, but we need to. It's so important for our health. And one of the best things I have my 8 Sleep Pod 4 Ultra do is I have it heated. So when I crawl into bed, my bed is already warm. It's because I'm a natural cold girl. I'm always cold. I'm always chilly. So no, you don't have to crawl into a cold bed. Like my bed is already heated. Like that feeling of once you've laid into bed all night, you know how cozy your bed is? It's like that at the beginning of the night, which is my favorite part. But unfortunately, a really hot bed and sleeping hot is actually not optimal for you sleep. You actually want your body temperature to drop a little bit, which improves your quality of deep and REM sleep. And the best thing about the 8 Sleep Pod 4 Ultra is there's an autopilot that drops down and it's learned what improves my deep sleep. So the autopilot will adjust manually throughout the night. So it learns how to improve my REM or deep sleep because it's tracking that throughout the night. And so I don't notice that it's cold because I'm asleep, but it's improving my quality of sleep. So it's like the best thing. I don't have to deal with the cold. Just sleeping Keltie, who's oblivious to the world, is getting the benefits of it. Also, the other benefit is you can pick sides. So speaking of my boyfriend sleeping over, he cranks it cold when he gets in. I crank it hot, and you can adjust it individually. It has 2 sides to it. And some other features of the 8 Sleep Pod. It can be added to your existing mattress like a fitted sheet to automatically cool down or warm up each side of the bed. The 8 Sleep has launched their newest generation of the Pod, the Pod 4 Ultra. And speaking of snoring, those snore-heavy nights, the Pod can detect your snoring and automatically lift your head by a few degrees to improve airflow and stop you or your partner snoring. And the Pod 4 Ultra can leave your wearables on the nightstand. It's integrated and the sensors track your sleep time, sleep phases, HRV, and heart rate with 99% tracking accuracy. It has just gamified my sleep. It has improved the quality of sleep and made sleep craveable. It is definitely a luxury product, and everyone has their different means of spending money. But if there's anything in my life that has been just incredible return on investment, is improving my sleep. It has been something I've invested in a lot of years, and now because I've invested in it, I'm starting to really reap the benefits and seeing the health improvements, the energy improvements, just better stress management, all these because I'm prioritizing my sleep. If you also want to invest in the 8 Sleep Pod, of course I got a deal for you guys. Head over to 8sleep.com accesories.com/Keltie and use your code Keltie to get $350 off your very own Pod 4 Ultra. The best part is that you still get 30 days to try it at home and return it if you don't like it, but I'm confident you'll keep it. Shipping to many countries worldwide. Find out more at 8sleep.com/Keltie.
It could be ironic, but I am realizing I did get a pimple here and I had one there, so there's that. Oops. Another nighttime routine, another time me complaining that my skin is sore. There's gonna be so many angles in this video of just this, so apologies, but I feel the need to complain. For the record, I have the most sensitive dry skin. So I'm not saying this is the case for you. Some of you actually, I wonder if it will help exfoliate it a little. Like the oily girlies, actually for the oily girlies, does not stay on as well. Comment below if you've experienced it.
So getting to near the end of this challenge, and I'm really getting annoyed with how my skin's reacting to this.
I hate it.
And am I seeing any benefits? I don't know. But then at the same time, there's so many benefits of improving breathing that I've noticed. For example, from the book Breathe by James Nestor, here are some benefits of just improving your breathing. Breathing through your nose can increase endurance, and athletes have noticed more energy. 2, it improves your lung capacity. The weaker and smaller your lungs, the quicker you get sick. If you breathe slowly, this can improve athletic performance and longevity for several reasons. It balances oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body. 4, by breathing less, which is optimal breathing, slow and longer inhales means more CO2, which means higher aerobic endurance and increased VO2 max, which is key to longevity. 5, you want to chew more. This builds the muscles in your face, mouth, teeth, and throat, which we're going to talk about. Not quite mewing, but this makes sense with mouth tape in a little bit. And next, it helps you retain balance. Helps with stress and being overworked stress. Try breathing 5.5 seconds in and exhale, a good habit to do in the day. So those are just some different areas of breathing and then how they can help improve your life in different ways. Yeah, because company's been in this episode is right up. Now, aesthetically, we're talking about snatched jaw. What's all this with mouth breathing, mewing, all this? And I'm gonna do a little game with you guys right now, which might just solve this video. Honestly, this video could have maybe been a reel and I just said this one thing.
Let's do this.
Pause, relax, just don't move, just relax, stay exactly where you are, relax. Where is your tongue and where's your lips? Notice, is your mouth open? Potentially you're a mouth breather. If your mouth is closed, likely not. Is your tongue sitting on the roof of your mouth? You probably have strong jaw and tongue strength, which leads to jaw development. If your tongue is not, some jaw strengthening exercises could be beneficial. Now, you could have been doing something, so it could have been in the wrong place, but just catch yourself in the next couple days, redo this test. So right there is a way to see if you are a mouth breather. Second, you could also be a mouth breather if, you just wake up with dry mouth really bad every day. That's a good indication that you're breathing through your mouth, and something like mouth taping could be beneficial. Now, what causes mouth breathing? According to the Cleveland Clinic, 1, it could have been from chronic colds, 2, sinus infections, 3, allergies, 4, asthma, 5, actually just a history of being a finger or thumb sucker as a child. And of course, there's medical issues. Some people who breathe through their mouth do so because of severe damage to their nose, such as a deviated septum or nasal polyps. So there's definitely things to talk about your doctor, but there is definite benefits, and there's time and time again of showing how much your jaw structure can change. If you're constantly breathing out of your mouth
breather.
As a kid, it can actually change your teeth developments. Also, if you're sucking on your thumb and all that can adjust it as a kid. Now that it's probably too late. You're probably not 6 watching this, but those are definitely effects. And time again, we see examples of people's jaw development of a mouth breather versus a nose breather. It's fascinating. Now, what did this tell me? Yeah, I'm a nose breather. I'm sorry that this is not exciting, but I don't know how to say this humbly. It was just confirming, because I heard all these podcasts and I think I'm guilty of it. I'm hearing these podcasts. I think there's something wrong with me. Oh my God, I need to fix this and fix this. A lot of time we're doing just fine. Sometimes, yes, when I'm working out, I definitely breathe out of my mouth a lot, but that's kind of the point. It's an added benefit. You don't just have to breathe out of your nose, because your mouth can get in a lot more oxygen. So when you need a lot more oxygen, like aerobic exercise, that's a great time to breathe in your mouth. But you also want to train to just be a nose breather. I won't lie, one of my favorite features, I don't have a perfect face by any means, but one of my favorite features is my jaw. And I've always noticed my tongue just naturally sits on the roof of my mouth. So there's proof that if you work on jaw strength, you can build that muscle. And then also, yes, you can tape your mouth at night, but you can also work on strengthening your tongue and jaw and just doing breathing exercises throughout the day to strengthen that as well. And I guess this is a case example. One of the reasons I think I actually have a strong jawline, I'm gonna thank my mom, is I chewed a lot as a child. I think one thing that's happening in a lot of like modern society is we're just not chewing things as much, and like things are liquefied. Just think of like how many things are just soft, which is great. Guys, I eat a lot of soft foods, but I also crunch on a lot of vegetables. I eat, steak, I eat apples. Like I eat a lot of crunchy things. And especially as a child, my mom had me, I just realized like a lot of like whole foods I ate quite often. And I think that's what helped develop my jaw structure. And then also I did have braces. I want to keep that in note because I did suck a blankie as a kid. So I could have developed that. There's an example of just like having some good habits kind of counteracted some of my bad habits. And then yeah, I did need medical intervention when I had a crooked tooth with braces. But if you've noticed, you're like, I do breathe out of my mouth. I notice that right now. My tongue sits on the bottom of my jaw. What are some things I can do? I found some other resources aside from just taping your mouth. One is realize sometimes it's a don't use it, you lose it kind of thing. So yes, just build the muscle in essence, which you can do from chewing things. Number one, be conscious every time during the day when you notice you're breathing out of your mouth. I would put little stickies everywhere and just like try to be conscious of it every once in a while. Just be like, oh, I'm breathing out of my mouth. Try and do a few breaths out of your nose. Two, just simply practice breathing out of your nose. Maybe build a little routine for 30 seconds while you brush your teeth or wherever the case is. Three, build your jaw and tongue strength, which you can do from just chewing things. That sounds funny. I guess, yeah, I don't want to tell you to go chew excessive gum because that's a problem in itself as a chronic gum chewer. That right there, I do chew a lot of gum. I have a jaw. But, consider eating carrots. Some things like that. Apple, just crunchy things. 4, just also try and take like 4 nasal breaths throughout the day. Like have 10 nasal breaths throughout the day. Like part of your morning routine, just go. 5, consider your sleep position. I know some people become snorers when they lay on their back or their side. I don't know what the answer is for you, but there is apps that record your sleeping, so you can kind of like figure that out in yourself. 6, there is these chin straps on Amazon if you have a sensitive skin that will like hold your mouth shut. So it's just like another option aside from mouth tape. And 7, use mouth tape. It is legit. Like I could definitely see how this is beneficial if it's something you need. If it's not something you need, it's not a high priority. There's better ways to spend your money. But then at the same time, if you notice you're a mouth breather, you have really weak jaw muscles, you're constantly getting sick, you wake up with dry breath, it could improve your quality of sleep. If it's going to improve your quality of sleep, of course, especially like it's not that costly for that price. And number 8, get a diagnosis. At the end of the day, I can tell you all these things, but I'm not a doctor. You can go get it assessed by a doctor. They can tell you if you're a mouth breather or nose breather, or at the end of the day, you're like, I've been trying all these things and you have a deviated septum for all you know. So it's like you're trying all these good things, but you have a medical issue stopping you. I think that's a lot of times, we hear all these great advice from health and wellness lifestyle creators, myself included. But if you have an underlying issue, you got to deal with that first. Like I've had that many of times of like, I have issues and I'm trying to change everything. You go to a doctor and they're like, oh yeah, you just need this. I'm like, oh, that would have saved me a lot of time.
Locked and loaded.
So is mouth taping the new fad that we should all eliminate? Yes and no. It's one of those like there's bigger things to fry, but at the same time, if it's something so small it can drastically improve your sleep, I'm all for it. If it can drastically improve you from getting sick less often, fully improve it. But just try and start small. You could try mouth tape, but be warned for my sensitive skin girlies, it might give you a rash. You know how they have like pimple patches? Why can't someone create like a mouth tape that's also like a moisturizer for your skin? You know what I mean? It's like a face mask. Someone create that. Then I will get on board. But right now I'm like, you gotta weigh the odds. I'm like, is it worth waking up with like dry, rough skin?
Oh, my lips are all sticky and dry.
No, for me it's not. It's not. But for some people it will be, because that will drastically improve their life. So it really comes down to weighing the pros and cons for you. And yeah, it might be something you want, or you can just be like, you know what, Keltie? I'm just gonna focus on getting water and going to bed at a reasonable time and not staring at my phone at night. I'm like, that's good too. There's many of good things. I think while we're coming into the new year, maybe like pick one thing a month or one or few things. I think that's what I want my channel to always be, is like, just pick one thing. Don't get overwhelmed. I had that feeling a little while ago, like I'm constantly trying to change things. I do too much, and because I do too much, I get overwhelmed. And because I'm overwhelmed, I screw up and I do less. So pick one thing. This could be it. Or you can just say, Keltie, I couldn't care less. And I was like, I want to blame you. This was kind of fun, kind of novelty. But probably half of you are already nose breathers. So you can just instantly be like, no, I'm good. Check. Got that nailed, and proud of you. Comment down below any other wellness, health things you guys would like me to test, and I'd be happy to do that for you. But most importantly, have a great day. Good pet dog. Love you guys. Bye.